Podium.
You got it.
Okay.
Tim, how does it feel to be in year 14? Like when you look at our rosters,
It looks like a blessing. Feels like a blessing. Looking forward, it'll be a blessing to take the field every day with talented guys. You know, from offensive side, you got Alvin Kamara, you've got Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. You look at guys like the young ones coming up, Bud, At Perry, Equinemius, St. Brown. I'm not even sure what year he's in. Was it 5, 6? You know, when you think about the talent on the offensive side, it seems to be unlimited. You talk about Foster, Jawan, Taysom Hill. There's so much talent on the offensive side. So we have to match intensity and set the tone. And I think we're able to do that each and every day with the talent that we have on defense. First and foremost, you probably say double D at linebacker, controlling the huddle. I always take myself out the equation because I think you got young guys like Carl Granderson, Brian Brzee, the guys that I can't wait to get on the field with, corral with. We're already talking about what games we want to run, and this is day one, so it's going to be a lot of fun this year. And then if you talk about our secondary, and you can't not drop a name. You talk about from Tyron to Adebo to Marshawn to Kool-Aid to Jordan Howden. I think we've got potential. Now, I say this every year, we got potential. It's time to live up to it.
Physically, how do you feel this whole offseason trying to get back from that surgery, from everything? How do you just feel?
Yeah, surgery sucks.
Yeah.
Being hurt for the last 7 games of last year sucks. And at the same time, it puts a lot of dip on your chip. All I could think about is, the moment I'm healthy, what can I do? The moment whatever juice I can squeeze out of, let's do that. And I went to this offseason knowing gotta have a mental reset. That's why you travel. That's why you take some time off. That's why you regather your thoughts. You spend time with your family. So when it comes to this part of the camp, when it comes to training camp, they're good. Time is put in. It's now time to focus on what I want, and I want a Super Bowl. Oh, body feels great, by the way. I don't know if you. I'm feeling fast.
I've never heard that expression before. Dip on your chip? Is that the chip on your shoulder?
Chip on your shoulder. Like when you're a kid, your mama said you got too much dip on your chip, as in you need to calm your ass down. As a grown man, there's no calm. It's always full go.
How much? I mean, I see you on social media. I think you're aware that the analysis of your season last year is that you had a down year.
I needed somebody to tell me that. I don't care what other people think. Moral of the story is I was moving quite well the first 10 games. You injure yourself against Atlanta, and I still want to be on the field. What was I limited to? First, second down, but I knew that coming off rip. If all I can do is go forward and I can't bend the corner, fine. If I can help the team out, get on first, second down, in my mind, it's easier to rush the passer than it is to stop the run. Everybody wants to rush the passer. Everybody can be 240 pounds or 275 pounds rushing the passer, going 11 yards up the field. But can you stop a 340-pound man with the inside zone going on? Can you split a tight end and tackle? Can you move into a 4-eye? That's real grunt work. I'm a grunt.
Do you think you have more left in the tank than people probably give you credit for?
You'll see.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why talk about it when we can be about it?
What made you want to respond to the clip of the St. Brown brothers and Lamont?
Sometimes you wake up and choose violence. There's no rhyme or reason of who I respond to. Sometimes I activate my my KD burner account. Except I don't have a burner account. I'm going straight action, and then I chuckle a little bit and move on. Real life reactions, because we're real people. At the end of the day, I'm like, how could you say we don't have dogs in a way that don't know how to win? We have animals everywhere. But in my mind, they're also brothers, so they're just talking crap to themselves. That's fine. For me, I take out all of it, quite personally. When I look out on the field and I see a guy like Derek Carr, who's been in the league for, what is this, year 11 for him? 10?
11.
Boom. A guy who, has played at a high level, threw for, 4,000 yards last year. I mean, let's just not take away that he's not a guy. He can be the guy. He can turn it on. He can be what we need to get to where we want to go. We talk about our offensive linemen, how we've invested in them. First rounder, second rounder. Maybe what last position is. Maybe a third rounder. I'm not sure. But they're all drafted guys, all guys that we chose to be here. I think that does nothing but prove that we want to get a Super Bowl, and we want it now. You pay a guy, you extend a guy like Demario Davis, you give a contract to a guy like Rashid Shaheed when you could have rode this year out. Saints are making the right moves and got guys believing in the whole organization because, not only because we're the Saints, but because we have the same mission. And if we ain't on a mission to win, I don't know what we're doing here. Don't waste my time. I don't have any time left.
As long as you
I don't have much time left. I got some time.
maybe a couple of years. As long as you've known and worked with Dennis Allen, what?
When you went for that comb back, what were you combing back?
It's like a nervous tick. So I do the same thing when I cut people off in traffic.
My bad. Sorry.
But no, as long as you work with Dennis, what stands out to you about his approach to this season that maybe you haven't seen before?
I don't know. He probably used the word swagger. I haven't used that word in a while. In my mind, it's the confidence that he's stepping with right now, because he wants it, and I love the fact that he fully believes that we are starting the foundation to have a playoff run, a Super Bowl run in New Orleans. He's walking every step, thinking like, what can we do to make this team a Super Bowl championship team? And it's easy to buy in. And I felt that this OTA period, and I felt it day one today after our 40 up downs. And I looked up and I was like, foundation is laid. You know, so like that starts you off right. You do 40 up downs, I don't care who you are, that hurts. And then we go through a practice. And then Double D has a pick for first play on team. Love it. We're seeing our young guys. We're pushing them we're going to push them as hard as we can. Our offensive linemen, we're going to corral them to be the best offensive lineman that they can be in the short amount of time that we have before we have to go play an opponent. What we want to do as a team aligns perfectly with what DA's laid out for us from jump.
How much are you looking forward to working with Chase Young?
On the other side, can't wait. I mean, you already look at our line. PT is probably Peyton Turner is probably in the best shape of his life right now. He's year 4. He's got more than a chip. He's got everything to prove this year. You look at a guy like Carl Granderson, had a success last year, can easily be a double-digit sack guy in my mind. You bring in Chase Young, where you know he's talented, you know he's explosive. Whatever, he's healing right now. We saw him a little bit today. I think whatever their plan is, the more we see him, the better it's going to be. And you know, you talk about just finish it out with Brian Bazee, Colin Sanders, Nathan Shepard, and we drafted our young boy Christian. I'm not going to put his last name out there because I don't know if I know it. Boyd? Val. But you know, I just think as we're growing right now, this is the time to grow. This is the time to figure out what we're good at. This is the time to figure out what games we want to run, how we can affect the quarterback, how else can we implement, you know, a guy like Chase Young into our defense because we know he's talented and explosive.
Cam, I saw you at one point talking to Trevor Penning, sort of giving him some tips. Obviously, I couldn't hear what you were saying, but what kind of things are you trying to get across to him? And
I'm trying to be kind to offensive linemen. I'm trying to be better towards offensive linemen. As we know, I have a disdain for them, but some of them are really good friends, which is very much a conflict of interest. But with Trevor Penning, I mean, this is year 3 for him. It's time to cut. I don't know what anybody else is seeing on the outside in, but right now, in between those lines, whatever it takes to win a Super Bowl. So if I can talk to him, hey, calm down, don't worry about it, throw hands, anchor, whatever it is, let's get him right now. Because I don't want to go ahead and get to season and be like, oh, well, we should have. I don't have time for should have. I have it right now.
Is there some message that you're like trying to get to him? Like
I have right now. This is all that I have. I'm squeezing the juice. I'm giving all that I can every day, every play. Because again, in football, you never know when it could be over. You got a guy like Tano Passignon who was giving it all in OTAs. He may not touch the field this year. You know, there's a 100% chance that you get hurt in football. You just don't know how bad it's going to be. Nobody comes out clean unscathed unless you're a backup quarterback and you live that good life for 12, 13 years or something like that and get out playing 60 snaps. I don't know, Chase Daniels. But, you know, there's times, you know, there's a reason why you love to be in this league and value each and every play. So at a day like today where you can talk to them, we're just no pads, let's get through now. Let's become the best we can be right now.
Cam, you've referenced this a bunch of times, you completed right there, but do you feel like you got to make the most out of this time you have left? It doesn't feel different now than it has in the past? No, I've felt this way since the playoff game in Minnesota. Every one of these plays, you're like, oh, we'll get there again. And sure you do, but if not, that's not the point. Each and every chance that you have to take the field is even that much more important because you don't know if you're going to get back. You know, you don't know if you can reach that level of success. You don't know if you can get to a playoff game, NFC Championship game. God has blessed me with a long career. God has blessed my family with going into 27 years of Jordan men football in the NFL between 2 teams. And you know what we don't have is a Super Bowl.
A hell of a legacy. Pop's got 6 Pro Bowls. I'm sitting at 8 Pro Bowls. There are all pros in there. There's all the accolades you want in there. Leading sacker, leading receiver for the team, leading whatever it is. But you know what there's not? Super Bowl. Job not done yet.
Cam, it seems like you echo from your own perspective a lot of what this team is, like the time is now. When did that really become a heightened mindset?
The moment you realize the NFL is a dream for you when you're 12 or 13. Nobody wakes up one morning like, "Ooh, I want to make a team and just be good." Nobody. Have you? You woke up one day and was like, "Hey, I just want to be good at my job." Yeah, everybody wakes up and says, "Damn, I want to be the best." And what symbolizes being the best? A Super Bowl. You can have all the accolades in the world. If you don't win one, guess what? Guess what? Some guy who was a guy on the team gets, and you don't. Super Bowl. And what do they label him before they label you? Super Bowl champion. It's the last accolade. I want it.
You mentioned the Minnesota game. What's that?
Don't bring this back up. I'm in a happy mood.
Not talking about the game.
Wow.
That aspect of football, though, is that something? How truly hard it is to get back there? Is that something like veterans tried to tell you when you were a younger player, but you didn't really understand until you kind of?
No, if you had told me the San Francisco playoff game my rookie year, like, oh man, it's hard to get back there because you go 13 and 3, 12 and 4 my rookie year, and I was like, we got Drew Brees, we're gonna do this shit every year. You know, that's a young man's this is easy. You know, you inherit Pat Mahomes, you go through 2 Super Bowls in 4 years of your first 4 years. I'm sure you think it's gonna be easy, but when you don't see a playoff for 2 years, and then you go to the playoffs again, and you understand how each and every year is gonna be different and more important. So 3-4 years in the league, you're like, every game means something. Hopefully it's not a cold game because cold games are pointless. But that.
Love that Cleveland game, right?
Love a good hot game. What? There's no such thing as a hot game. Miami in September sounds amazing to me. Tampa, September, amazing. If we didn't have a dome, come get some. You know? Like, I love the heat. Now this whole Midwest cold is real football. You've seen my Twitter rants. We're just going to leave it there because I piss a lot of middle America off. So, which day? I don't know. Every day?
Because there is that sense of urgency. I mean, one of the things you kind of hear with like this defense in particular is like, all right, they're going to fall off because now they're older. Like, what gives you kind of the confidence that you guys...
Are they going to fall off because he had one good year? Are they going to fall off because he was a product of his defense or of his offense? There's always reasons that you can make up or excuses that you can build in. Sure. We're about the here and now. So if you're not on my team, if you're not on the field, if you're not seeing the work put in, do I care about your opinion? If you don't see the work that I'm putting in, if you don't see the sweat, the tears, the blood, the frustrations, the highs, the lows that this game gives, and you have to go earn every day, what are we talking about? You don't understand. You'll never understand what it's like to break fingers, break bones, tear ligaments, and still play the game. Break, whatever it is. But that's just it. That's what makes the game so great. Nobody cares about your excuses. All we care about is results. And this year's results, I will drive for, I will put my whole blood on the line for a Super Bowl. And it starts with each and every game. And once we get out of training camp, I don't have to talk about what I want. I'm going to go earn it. Cool? Swing.
What's the theme